Here we're going to be mounting the blanks onto the mandrel, which is this piece that will hold the blanks while we turn them. The mandrel can be removed by tapping in here to take it out if need be, but generally it'll stay in there. You'll have to determine which style of pen you're making, because it changes which size of bushing you'll need. For the slim pen, you need 3 of the smaller bushings, and for the streamlined pen, you're going to be needing the 2 of the fatter bushings and 1 of the skinnier bushings. Right here, now I will mount my blanks for the slim pen. I'm going to take the nut off the end, take these 2 bushings out, and keeping in line the orientation here of my blanks, I'm going to slide them so that the pieces are together. There's a bushing that goes in between. This goes on. The last bushing here, and then the little nut on the end. Kind of tighten it up so that it moves, and then move the tailstock. There's a little lever on the back. Bring that up, and it pops into the end. Lock it, and then spin the handle here until it's nice and tight in there. Now you have your blanks mounted. If you're doing the streamline pen, you're going to want to have the fatter one against this end, closer to the headstock. Then you're going to have this one that has double-sided here. That goes in the middle. And then the slim one, the same as for the slim pen, stays at the end. This is going to be the end where the pen actually comes out. At this point, you're going to position the tool support base so that the tool rest is about 1/4 of an inch away from the material. You want to be able to rotate it on the end here and make sure it's not making contact. That's a little close right there, so I'm going to actually back this off a little bit. You can adjust the tool rest only just by loosening this little guy there. Now it's time to begin turning this thing. So for that, you're going to do, first of all, safety. Make sure you have no jewelry or long baggy clothes. Your hair is tied back, and you do not have any hoodie straps or ties that are hanging down. The one risk is getting entangled and this wrapping up around clothing and either breaking your arm or just damaging you in some way. So other thing is, make sure you have the face mask on. It goes over your head and pulled down over your eyes. If this is completely new to you, then it's probably a good idea to practice on a scrap of wood on a different lathe before turning your final pieces. The tool resting on the tool rest and the handle at about 45 degrees to the right. Roll the tool over at about 45 degrees so the flute is actually angled over like this. At this point, we are going to lower the handle down so that as the material spins, it's just hitting the bevel. That's this part that is ground down to form the sharp piece. Where you want to start from is that riding on the wood. It's hitting, you're not cutting yet. At this point, you will be ready to start raising the handle, the sharp edge will engage the wood, as you can see happening there. I'm going to have the tool over, rolled, ride the bevel, and I'm going to raise the handle until I get a cut, and then I press it slowly into the wood. So I'm going to be roughing out this blank here. I'm going to be starting with the bevel, riding on the wood. There's no cut there, and I'm slowly going to raise the handle till I begin to get a cut, and then I'm going to be pressing in like this and removing the material in arcs like this, working towards this side. I'm trying to rough the material so that it's round. Notice that my thumb is on top of the tool, my index finger is up against this little groove right here. All right? Now this one is roughed around. What we have to do now is shape it so that it is flush with the bushings. The bushings are telling us where the hardware of the pen will be and the diameter of the pen hardware. So we have to narrow it down to this end. So this one is actually going to be tapered and this one will be straight. All right, once you have these nicely shaped with the tool, with the gouge, we're going to sand it now. We're going to start with 120. We're going to move to, that's a blue one, that's rough. We're going to move then to a 240, which is gray. And finally, back to a blue one, which is a much smoother. This is a 400 grit. So to sand it, we're going to start by slowing the lathe down, which is over here, the little dial here. We need to spin this down so we're a little slower. And hold it on the bottom side. And you're just sanding out any irregularities until you have an even sheen. Same thing over here. Try to get rid of any bumps. Okay, that was done. Move to the 220 and 400. Once you've done that, you can really inspect it to see if you have any other grooves or scratches left. There's quite a few here. So now what I'm going to do is switch directions. I'm actually going to, with my hand on the end of the lathe here, I can spin the spindle, and I'm going to be sanding in the direction of the grain now to clean this up. I'm slowly spinning it with my left hand and I'm sanding with my right hand to get rid of the scratches. Alright, so once I have gone through and sanded there, and I've finished off with the 400 grit, and I've gotten rid of all the scratches, what I do then is I'm going to polish it a little bit with some of the cuttings that we have from the tool. So you're just going to scrape together some of the shavings, punch them together in your fingers like this, turn the lathe back on, and then you're going to hold them up against this. We'll need a bigger clump. Hold them up against the piece of wood, and you'll see it kind of brighten a little bit. By the way, you should have the tool rest completely out of the way for doing any sanding. Alright, so okay. At that point, it should be really smooth and no scratches. And at that point, we're now ready for finishing.